Hi, welcome to Off the Cuff with Duff. I'm Steve Duffy. Off the Cuff with Duff brought to you by Dodds Furniture and Mattress. Very honored to have a very special guest for this last regular season home game for the Shamrocks. None other than the Premier of the province of British Columbia, Mr. John Horgan. John, longtime lacrosse fan. I think arguably bigger lacrosse fan than Jody Superfan Race.
Well, it's tough to be a bigger fan than Jody, but I've been following the Shamrocks for a long time.
And you played the game yourself.
I played a lot of lacrosse growing up. My goal was to be a Shamrock, and I played through midget and intermediate, and then I ended up going back east to go to school in Peterborough, of all places.
Oh, yeah?
I was stopped in Peterborough to watch the Shamrocks play in 1978 for the Mann Cup, and while I was in the stands, the only Victoria fan in the building, the people around me said, "What are you doing here?" I said I was looking for a university, and they said, "You should go and look at Trent." So I went out there and looked at the campus, ended up signing up, met my wife the first day, so I owed all to the Shamrocks. I owed all to the Shamrocks.
I promised the Premier we will not talk politics tonight. It's strictly lacrosse. Last game of the regular season, looks like Quitland's fairly heavy with talent. The Shamrocks are playing a lot of call-ups.
Yeah.
And they played Nanaimo in the first round. That should be a good island rival.
I'm really excited about Victoria and Nanaimo semifinal, but of course I really want to get against these Salmon Bellies in the final. So we have to dispatch the Timbermen, and then we got on to the bigger fish, as they say, over in New Westminster.
Added to Nanaimo, they've really improved, especially over the last couple of years, and they've been affirmed in the Shamrocks.
They have. They've had a good year. They beat the Shamrocks first game out this year, and again, having an island rivalry is really good for lacrosse. It's good for both cities. It's good for the game.
Now, last season, John went over to New Westminster's Queen's Park Arena to do an official function for the Salmon Bellies. Had to wear a Salmon Bellies jersey, but underneath,
I have my Shamrock jersey underneath. And I went out to do the opening drop, and Smallsy looks at me and goes, "Dude, what are you doing? You're wearing a Salmon Belly jersey." And so I dropped the ball, and then after the pictures were taken, I looked over the bench and I pulled up my Shamrock underneath, and I got some stick taps from the boys, so I was pretty happy about that.
Well, John, you're probably one of the biggest lacrosse fans in Victoria. I'd like to thank you for doing this with us. I know you're not wearing your jersey tonight.
No, it's too hot.
It's sweaty, sticky hot in here at the Q Center, but that's the way we like it. It's a good crowd. As usual, last game of the season. Doesn't mean anything really as far as points go, but you got almost a full house here tonight, and game one of the semifinals against Nanaimo here Wednesday. Steve Duffy for Off the Cuff with Duff for Dodds Furniture Mattress. Thank you again to Premier John Horgan.
Great to be here. Bleed green.